Adventure Time, Season 4. Finally, the final season of the main series. Obviously, this isn't the last Adventure Time video I'm ever doing. Not when Fiona and Cake could be coming out soon. Whenever they hurry up, animation takes time. That's why Harley Quinn Season 3 is taking until 2022. No joke. Animation takes fucking time. As does video game development. But yeah, liked episodes. Hot to the Touch, Five Shot Greyballs, Return to the Night Sphere, Daddy's Little Monster, Beyond This Earthly Realm, Princess Cookie, Son of Mars, Burning Glow, King Worm, Reign of Gunters, I Remember You, and The Lich. Hot to the Touch, we get introduced to more of Flame Princess. We learn a bit more of her. In fact, if she's shown too much emotion, she will blow up the Earth's core and blow up the Earth. And it's a really nice, heartfelt, emotional episode between Finn and the Flame Princess, and it's a cute couple moment. However, it obviously foreshadows a bit of the manipulation a little bit that we would see in Frost and Fire. Five Shot Greyballs, which is the very first Greyballs episode, which Cuba will return in season 5 with another 5 short Greyballs and more 5 short Greyballs, as well as Greyballs 1000 plus, 5 short tables, and the Greyballs All Sorts shorts in the 6th season of Adventure Time. Mostly this is featured on the 5 senses, with characters Ice King, Bubblegum, Finn and Jake, and BMO. We also get introduced to BMO's quirky personality when Finn and Jake are not here, such as him talking to himself in a mirror and dubbing his reflection Football. And in fact, we'd get an episode dedicated to football and a lot of running jokes about football, not just in the episode football, but when we get to Distant Lands, which I can't wait to talk about. It would also be a really good Greyballs episode. I in fact enjoyed probably every Greyballs episode in the entire series. The only one I'd probably say was weak was 5 short tables, but even then it was more of a Fiona and Cake episode than it was a Greyballs episode. But it was nice, it was a nice combination of the two. Return to the Nightosphere and Daddy's Little Monster are beautiful episodes in which Marceline, the Vampire Queen, is imprisoned by her father, Hunter Abadir, to be this wish granter in this hell equivalent, the Nightosphere. A beautiful place as well. The queues, though, could do without them. The queues need to be sorted out. I fucking hate the queues. The queues are literally worse. And it was a nice, fitting tribute and end, really, for Hunter Abadir for the time being, because we wouldn't see him till the 10th season. He's mentioned here and there throughout the series, but he's not shown throughout a lot of it. And I don't know, the whole deadbeat father figure, the whole deadbeat family figure has been done to death with Adventure Time. You get to see it with Finn's father, Martin, or Marty, sorry, Martin, whatever, when we get to the 6th season of the show. Uncle Gumball for Princess Bubblegum, Flame King to Flame Princess, Hunter Abadir to Marceline. It's just ridiculous the amount of fucking deadbeat or just careless father slash male family figures in Adventure Time. And that's not even just counting like other cartoons, because other cartoons and all kinds of shows have that in general, that trope, but it's quite fucking, it's a joke in Adventure Time, honestly, the amount of deadbeat family members are in Adventure Time. Beyond this earthly realm in which Finn gets transported into this mysterious land and is trapped in the spirit world, for which the Ice King can communicate through. We don't know how, he just can. And in fact, Ice King tries to free Finn, allegedly. Jake and BMO don't buy it, so Ice King ends up getting trapped into this spirit world, and it was a pretty nice episode. Really liked seeing, you know, the comedy between Finn and the Ice King. Very good. Princess Cookie, really fucking good. Gave this cookie some origin. I loved, you know, the little things like, oh shit, his chips being helping out in the robbery, which is probably how it would have worked if they swapped out a cookie for a muffin. You know, a chocolate chip muffin. You know, all the little chips have to do is go out and just rob the joint. You know, with the muffin. The cookie, I absolutely love the cookie's backstory. He wanted to be a princess. Bubblegum turned him down. You know, a lot of people can have that. You know, sometimes even, you know, we all probably want to be like a princess. We all want to be like, you know, a ruler. I mean, if there's no king or no prince, then why not be a princess? So why not? I fucking adore it, you know. As someone who goes around calling himself the god as a goddess, I can fucking relate to this shit. I actually fucking enjoyed this episode quite a lot. And I just like the bond the Princess Cookie would have with Jake. In fact, Jake would side with Princess Cookie, and it's just amazing. He just synthesize, sympathize, uh, sympathize uh, with the cookie, and he learns that Baby Snaps, which is his name, um, he only wanted to be a princess, and that's the only reason why he's robbing the place. He's just this rogue cookie, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Sons of Mars, in which we get introduced to the Martian god figure, Grob, Gob, Glob, and Grodd, voiced by Tom Gamil Miguel for Melissa Villesnamore and Tom Kenny himself, who also voices Ice King and Magic Man. And speaking of Magic Man, he actually comes back and he has to pay his crimes on Mars. However, he uses Jake as basically a get out of free card. And Jake has to do the trial, despite him not being Magic Man. And we also get introduced to Death, who returns from season 2, and who get featured once again in one of the shorts, actually, in one of the shorts in which he tries to impress his girlfriend, his fiancée, life, voiced by Hinton Walsh, also of Princess Bubblegum and Starfire fame. And we also get reintroduced to Abraham Lincoln, who is the god of Mars. He is in fact the ruler of Mars. And this is the first time we really see Abraham Lincoln since the pilot, since back when Nickelodeon could have pitched Adventure Time. And the only difference is between this and Nickelodeon is that Pendleton Ward did not voice Abraham Lincoln. The 16th US president is not voiced by Pendleton Ward. America's 16th president goes to death and actually gives up his immortality to death to save Jake's life, which was pretty nice. And it was really cool seeing Glob, Grodd, Gob, no, Grob, Gob, Glob, Grodd, Grob, the Grobs. Fuck it, the Grobs. Them, that guy, Grob, Grobby, Globby, Gobby. Sounds like a reference to sucking dick. Gobby. A little bit. Oh, you gobbing on that. Dirty talk. You gotta keep that in a motherfucking tip note. Burning Low, next episode. That was the one in which Finn and Jake, they believe Bubblegum is jealous just because Finn's hanging out with Flame Princess. However, we learn that if she is expressing too much romance or too much emotion, she would literally melt the Earth's core. She would literally burn a hole in the Earth's crust, which is quite ridiculous, but you know, it can happen. And it was really sweet. It was a really heartfelt episode, really cute. Seeing Flame Princess and Finn just have this romantic connection. The kiss, beautiful. The just even the little things such as Jake just wrapping Finn up in tinfoil, and the two blushing and having a hug is just really sweet, really sweet. Next episode is King Worm. This was honestly the episode where I thought I was literally on nostril sugar. I was literally thinking I was on cocaine throughout this entire episode. It felt like a YouTube poop. You know, this worm, you get all this random imagery, and it was really from a gag in one of the earlier seasons. And King Worm, they find themselves trapped in their own subconsciousness through this worm. I really enjoyed it. Go figure, I really enjoyed it because, you know, it's the closest thing I'm going to get to being on really hardcore narcotics like cocaine. So, you know, it was really fucking good for that. It was a joyride. It was a buzz. I got a kick. I need my fix. I'm going on the dark web. I'm gonna go onto the dark web. I'm gonna find some vendor, some guy outside in an alley. He's gonna come up with his trench coat. And he's gonna just go, huh? Okay. Give me some of that shit up. fucking amazing. Reign of Gunters. Gunter basically possesses this demonic wishing eye thingamajig, and he creates clones, which causes chaos, and he wants to try and take over the Candy Kingdom. He almost kills off a Gumball Guardian. So get in, Gunter. Although it's resolved in the end with the Ice King coming back and basically saying to Gunter, if the moment I leave you alone, shit goes and happens. You're getting a spankies. You know, there's pretty good humour actually in that episode, so I really enjoyed it. And I like Gunter, you know, the character. And I don't mind Orgalog, to be fair. I really don't mind Orgalog, you know, his evil persona. And I don't mind that he ends up being the Ice King in the series finale, you know, because a lot of people would like the Ice King, you know. They love that character, so why not have Gunter be him? Although, you know, one of the penguins has to take over now and be Gunter. That brings us on to the next two episodes, the season finale, The Lich, in which we are introduced to the titular villain. Finn, he has this dream about the Lich, and he sets off with Jake to warn Billy, and we end up realising that Billy is in fact the Lich, and he would become more apparent in the season 5 premiere, Finn the Human and Jake the Dog, and would periodically feature throughout the series. And that brings us on to my favourite episode of probably the entire series, actually. I Remember You. Of course, this being the absolute classic where Ice King and Marceline create this song, and it was basically made so the Ice King will remember who he is, Simon. It's end up revealing that they knew each other from the atomic war that happened sometime between Oo's creation and Earth's destruction of the humans, allegedly. And it occurred about 1,000 years previous, but the Ice King left Marceline because he was going crazy because of the crown. It would also become apparent in the season 5 episode Simon and Marcy, one of my favourite episodes in that season, and it was emotional. I did cry a fair bit at this episode. Just the song, Marceline and Simon's connection. It really was beautiful, and I think it's probably the best Marceline song that Olivia Olson has provided for Adventure Time. Until we get to Distant Lands, of course, but I think this is arguably the best episode of Adventure Time. Period. Really, this was amazing.